Andre.
Wow. They did it.
They fucking did it.
They did it. They did it.
Oh my God.
Our overconfidence on this show has been heavy but consistent in this team. And to see it rewarded and pay off. Special, man. Special.
It is
Buckle up,
true.
some show history here.
Show history. The Avs are Stanley Cup champions. I had one Tampa Bay Lightning fan in my mentions like a week ago who's like, "You're so damn smug about the Avs, and this team might just be good enough to reward you for it." And they were. Yep. And they were. We were so smug about the Avs, and that makes it even better. I was talking with Henry today, and I was just like, "Dude,
yes, it does.
There's no better feeling than your team. They're supposed to be the best. Everyone thinks they're the best, and then they go be the best. Like, there's something special about that of just like the utter dominance, 16-4 in the playoffs. Just your team going out and being like, none of you are equivalent to us, and we are going to prove it to you. And I equated it to Henry, and I'll probably say this a bunch on any opportunity I have to talk about this team over the next week. It's like if the 2013 Broncos won the Super Bowl. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it kind of does. You're right. I mean, it's 16-4, like the Kings in 2012, most dominant postseason team of the modern NHL era. Take a bow, boys. Just incredible. And I should say today, 7-year wedding anniversary for this guy. 7 years ago, Kate's Blackhawks beat the Lightning in 6. Could you believe it? A little perfect synergy there, Ryan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
I love that I hate the Lightning now. Mostly John Cooper's salty little bitch ass.
Hell yeah.
But everyone can get a little bit of hate from me. Corey Perry definitely gets some hate. Maroon, hate him. Asalevsky, hate him.
No.
Yeah.
He legitimizes the greatness of this team in many ways.
I know, but I hate
Without him, we merely beat 4 bum ass teams, you know. Asalevsky's like, you're right. At least there was one team that was within our same league because they had to have the greatest goalie of all time in net. But I mean, his stats weren't as good as this guy, but that's okay. But
yeah.
Pretty special, Ryan.
Everything was so good. And you know what happens when you're really smug and confident about a team?
Tell me.
You bet lots of money on them.
Yeah.
You bet lots of money. Trey, I told anyone who would listen to me yesterday that I was so confident in the Avs winning Game 6 because of how unconfident, for lack of a better term, the sweet boys of the world were about that game. You know, the sweet boys were so confident going into Game 5. Yeah. And then they lose Game 5, and so the sweet boys are out. You know, they're jumping off the bandwagon left and right. Not actually, but you know, the emotional bandwagon. You know, they were looking to protect themselves. Like, oh, we're in trouble now. You know, Vasilevsky, and I was like, oh my god, I love this energy. So I went and I made the single largest bet I've ever made in my life on the Avs to win Game 6 yesterday, and so that one paid well. Also had 2 units on Kale to win the Conn Smythe. That one I felt really confident about. That happened. We at the bar, you know, obviously the celebration is just insane, and it's like it's coming in waves. You know, every time a new person lifts the cup, there's a celebration. Like everything, you know. But one of the things that happened was when they announced Kale, this guy behind me who, you know, was there throughout the run. He's a great dude, Alex. He like grabbed me and he was just going crazy, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he's super hyped about this. He's like, "I got it at plus 1,300." I was like, "Let's go!"
Whoa!
So he must have got it at the beginning of the playoffs, which is so sick. But I got it at plus 652 units. So you know, there's 12 units, or 13, I guess, 13 units there. I made a 12. Wait. Yeah, I made a 12-unit bet on the Avs, so there's 12 more.
Oh my God.
So 25-unit night is good shit.
Yeah, between all the futures with the Conn Smythe and the parlay I made of the Avs to win the cup and Milan, it was a 40-unit night. And I mean, this has capped off like starting with Jokic's MVP. For me, the Milan winning was a big one. Norris was a big one. NBA draft turned out to be really big. NFL draft we can't count because that wasn't. But like, and then the Avs winning the cup, Kale winning Conn Smythe. This really is, I think, the greatest betting stretch probably of my life. And that's just saying, like, I don't think it's going to get much better than this with how these futures have hit, and all like back to back to back. You know.
I know. I was thinking about that too. Like, we didn't know. You know, it's what's that song where it says, I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize in the moment that we were in the midst of the greatest betting stretch of our lives. There's no way we're winning an MVP bet on a Colorado guy, a defensive player of the year bet on a Colorado guy, a playoff MVP bet on a Colorado guy, and a championship all in 2 months?
Insane.
And all over, know, anywhere between plus 600 to plus 2,000 odds on those hits. Like, it's just one after another, after another, after another. And I didn't even realize it until you just said that it's probably not replicable. But the only thing we'll look back and say, I wish we would have bet more. But other than that, I think this will be. I haven't done it yet, but when I withdraw my winnings from last night, it'll end up being like four or five withdrawals in 2 months, which is just unreal.
Yeah, I'm in that same range as well, and it's just kind of crazy. Like, some summer trips are coming up, and it's like, wow, I just have this extra chunk of change I didn't expect in my pocket. It's nice, and of course we were saying stuff like this after your monumental Colin Morikawa win, so just like the guys on the post-game Avs show. Well, I mean, and that was true as our single bets, so we'll find the next frontier.
That time I accidentally put 4 units on there to be an eagle in the match.
That's the beauty of being a sports fan. It's the beauty of betting on sports the way we do as sports fans, and being able to reap the rewards sometimes. So yeah, man.
Real quick,
just a cool time.
The homie Pastor Rhett saying that's not a song, LMAO. That's Andy Bernard in the Office finale. No, I think it's both, honestly, but I'm pretty sure it's like I want to say Macklemore featuring.
Whoa.
Name girl who's good at singing. I can't remember her name.
Hell yeah.
But maybe they were inspired by Andy Bernard because that Andy definitely predates that song.
Maybe it's a SZA collab. Big. I'm up on SZA these days. No. Yeah. So, what do you think, Ryan? Big threes, a little, just to break up the Avs talk.
That's a great fucking idea. Let's actually. Oh, what do we got here? Oh yeah, here we go. Good old days. Kesha. See, I told you it was a girl.
Oh my god, I was gonna say Kesha is my first guess actually, but who would have thought?
That was your first Macklemore featuring the Nard dog, is what Pastor Rhett says. That's so good. All right,
that's great stuff.
Thank you, Allie, for having my back on that one. You might go listen to that after this. I might cry because I would I don't know if last night can ever be topped in my life. That might have. I'm 30 years old, Trey. Like that could have been my peak. That might have been it. It could all be downhill from here.
The beauty for you is because you haven't done it yet. You still have a wedding night for you, and you still have child coming to Earth on Earth. Those are big ones. Those are hard to beat in the best days of your life categories.
I mean this in the nicest way possible.
Please continue.
I've never made someone laugh so hard before I even delivered the punchline. I mean this in the nicest way possible to all who have done those things. Getting married, having kids are all just steps on the path to being washed.
It's true. It's true.
So
that's true. It's like the day after the draft or the day after Christmas. The hangover's a toughie. You know, it's like.
What are you saying that getting married is steps of being washed?
I'm just saying those are things that older people do.
Like turning 25, you're like, oh shit, that birthday wasn't so memorable. And now I'm 25. I have nothing.
We're gonna talk about that one after, Ryan. You might get in trouble for that one. At least the married part. The kids, I understand.
Let's go. We got him in trouble too. Yeah,
I stand by my statement.
Yesterday is really gonna feel like the best day of your life, no doubt, because it's downhill in a hurry from here, no doubt.
And I'm very happy that I got to experience that day with Allie. All right.
Look at him trying to make up for it.
He's always got a sweet word.
I wasn't trying to hide that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to my big three, Allie, right here.
Wow.
I'll lead us off.
Oh,
hey,
no.
Dre, listen, this could be my last show. This show history. I might never make a fucking bet ever again. Why would I need to? I said, I peaked last night. Like, where can I go from here? My team's the champs. I had all the bets. I bet on them every second of the way. I had Avs money line in every single game of the playoffs, heavy. So, you know, that was 16-4, of course. I'm taking a sabbatical. I'm not betting. You think I'm gonna turn around and bet on a fucking Nerfy today?
Yeah, I mean, it was different. It was definitely not that I've ever done these things, but like smoking, you know, a very heavy upper. I'm thinking of meth, a crack.
Oh,
and now we're like,
what is this show? What is this episode?
Look,
where's Yaya?
This is the direction Yaya's taken this show in. He probably is cracking up at the washed line about being married.
He probably agrees with
Friday. He's laughing his ass off hysterically. This is, you know, we've gone from those said uppers to smoking a tea cigarette like they do on the set of Mad Men. So those kind actors aren't upsetting their health too severely for AMC. And that was a little bit like betting on the return of Tyler Anderson to Coors Field against Chad Kuhl with a K, taking on the Dodgers. It's the Rockies coming off a roadie, going back home. Yesterday, they weren't just watching the Avs. They were expected to change some diapers. You know, you're back home. How about you change? Sweetie, why don't you go get the La Croix out the fridge, you know, once in a while?
Yep.
That's what inspired my big three. Let's get right to it.
Diaper-changing big three. Let's go.
Changing big three, and it was a tough one to read because...
see, Allie just teased me with Avs bets. Like, my heart got racing. I thought I got a hit of something. Jesus.
I know.
Straight into the veins.
Truly. So... because of all those diaper changes, Tyler Anderson and Chad Kuhl with the K, they're keeping it scoreless in the first. Counterintuitive, plus 125. I love that, especially, you know why, Ryan? Late game, 73 degrees. Boom. That's Nerfy weather if I ever heard of Nerfy weather. Tyler Anderson, you know him. He's like every pitcher who struggled at Coors Field, gone on to do great things. But when he comes back to Coors Field, house of horrors, he will get pulled before he gets 15.5 outs. That means he needs to go a full 4 or a full 5 and then get 1 out after having gone that full 5. No way he does that. No way. Coors, house of horrors for Tyler Anderson. And then Daza getting on that Daza train because he, against Tyler Anderson, has a really nice batting average. I think 2 for 3 career. Give me Daza over 1.5 TBSs. That's total bases. The S was supposed to be non-capitalized, but no one's going to dwell on that because we are Stanley Cup champions.
That's Daza over 1.5 tablespoons.
Tablespoons. Oh, man. Table and teaspoons send me so hard, Ryan.
Why couldn't we have come up with something that has 2 different spelling, like letters? We could have called one tablespoons and one small spoons.
So it's a formatting thing? That's how I'm supposed to distinguish? Because if my wife isn't around, I can't bake because I don't know the distinction between those 2 things.
I think tablespoon is supposed to have a B on it. Also,
okay. No.
Also, the way I think of this is a tablespoon, much larger measurement. It's like the spoon that you would have on the table. Teaspoon.
Oh.
It's much smaller, so that's how you know.
Because that one's for mixing in tea?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't drink
Famously, Ryan's never drank tea in his life, so he's got that going for him. So there you go. It's a careless big 3, and usually a careless big 3 where Ryan holds out means a 3-0 big 3.
That
so
actually is
you're
really
welcome.
true.
Yeah.
My plant's looking a little sad. I think I need to feed it. Just realizing that over my shoulder.
James gets it.
Okay, let's talk about DraftKings Sportsbook, which is the best place in the world to get in on these sports bets. Look, congrats to everyone who's an Avs fan who got to ride that ride, but special congrats to everyone who rode that ride with skin in the game at DraftKings Sportsbook. It just makes it that much sweeter. Your team, like the Avs, just last night alone paid me back for buying Game 1 tickets, so thank you for that. Appreciate them. Like those are the types of things that you get to do. Now, fair warning, if your teams suck, don't bet on them because that'll make it worse. But when your team kicks ass and they're the best team in their league, rake it in, ride the wave. Nothing better. So get over to DraftKings Sportsbook and use the code DNVR when you sign up to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match. Each for $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Man, abbreviated as TSP, TBSP. Okay. Tablespoon tea.
That's going to get confusing if we ever open up a branch in Tampa Bay, because then our
St. Pete,
the Denver Sports Podcast, the TBSP Tampa Bay Sports Podcast, very confusing. But
or it will be Tampa since the Bay has nothing to do with the city.
Dang.
Great fucking point. I bet
it could be TSP, Tampa St. Pete.
Or it could be TTBSP, the Tampa Bay Sports Podcast.
Can we just have a branch that we call TT? Like, send that over to TT. They've been waiting on that. That sounds fun. I want to say TT a lot in my life. No?
Tech, what would the next word be? Tech tunes. I don't know. I bet, shout out to Tampa Bay. I bet all the fish that live in the Bay are really sad today. So, I hope they're having a better day as the hockey team that represents the body of water that they happen to swim in went down. Not really. I would say they went down with a fight, but they really didn't go down with a fight. The Avs said, third period, you're not scoring. And they said, okay, sorry.
That third period was exhilarating. No, come on. Went down with a fight, probably not accurate. I would say went down with a whine. They went down with a whine. They had a good whine about it. Yeah, with a whimper. They went down with a whimper, no doubt.
Just a little moan. as they go down. They went down with a broken stick on a dude's leg. They went down throwing their own gloves at their equipment manager. Did you see that?
Legendary. Holy shit. I have wanted to do that on the set of bets to Yaya every single day, and I contain myself. Credit to Nikita Kucherov for not and just letting it rip. I stand by him, Ryan. I'm going counterintuitive for being a complete dick. Good for you, bro. Good.
Grab someone else's stick, bud. There's 1,000 guys right there holding fucking hockey sticks.
But, you know, the goal was never to win the game. It was merely to whine about it as they exited.
Grant with a great point here. So the fish are extra sad because the water got more salty. Yes, with John Cooper's tears dripping in.
That's true. Coop, as we call him. So Audible, get ready for show history. We're not doing the dilemma I posed, which is indeed a good dilemma because it's essentially what now? What's our next parlay kick gonna be? It's a pretty broad question, and we've already done 22 minutes on nothing. So, but we do have an actual dilemma from a loyal listener. 2222 when I looked up, and that's assigned to my favorite number. Everyone knows that.
That's weird. Our clocks are at different times. That's pretty weird.
That would make sense.
21:17.
Ooh, ouchie. Yeah, I'm at 22:39, so we are
Show
way
history.
off. Show history indeed. Our guy Eric Fisher. I meant to send this to production, but I didn't.
Fish.
So our guy Eric Fisher says he put.
We can't read that, bro. Just read it to us.
Yeah, won multiple Avs Warrior parlays way up in my account now. And then he shows this one. It's a 3-pick parlay at plus 37,437. So that's 37,437. He parlayed the Avs at plus 425, the Warriors at plus 450, and the Broncos, Ryan, at plus 12 hundo. Obviously, 2 of those legs hit. He's told us he's won a lot of money by parlaying Avs and Warriors already. All he's showing us is not the OG bet, but he is showing us a cash out of $19,213. What's your confidence in the Broncos? Do we tell our guy Fish to take the money and run, or as Russ might tell him, does he let it ride? And you scrambled Arcade's brain a little bit.
Bro, what's the total?
See this coming.
What's the total if he wins?
We don't know that either.
I mean, I'm guessing it has to be 50. The Broncos are the longest odds, and they're the third leg.
I'm guessing.
Also, how much was on this? Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know the OG bet, which is, I imagine, a good, a nice chunk of change. I would guess the payout's closer to 80 grand.
Oh my God.
That'd be my guess.
All right. Well, let's talk this out.
Yeah.
So, first of all, you
Congrats.
fucking animal.
Yeah, we love you, Fish. Way to go, man.
Second of all, here's the strategy.
Let's go.
Don't let it ride all the way home. But the Broncos start out with a really favorable schedule. Leading up to about London. And after London, things get dicey.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen is the Broncos are going to have a nice, juicy record and potentially be sitting atop the AFC or AFC West after London. I think we can jack that thing up into the 30s.
Fish, he's not wrong. Also, Russell Wilson, not everyone talks about this, but Russell Wilson is like back first quarter of the season MVP champion.
Yes.
So
also, should be noted, Russell Wilson, winningest quarterback since he entered the league. Um,
I feel so seen by dog, cat, canary. Really well done.
Dilemmas. I mean, the younger you are, the less dilemmas you have.
You just send it, bro. I used to just send it. Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, I would say bye week. Buy it. It's called bye week because that's the week you're gonna buy it out.
Cash out. Yeah,
Yep,
I mean
I think
he's lost some value. Broncos are plus 1,600 now, so he got them when they kind of peaked value-wise in the offseason. Yeah, you're right. That's a smart strategy right there. I knew you'd have some great insights.
The lower the value on the Broncos, the higher the buyout.
Yes.
Or what did he get them at?
Plus 1,200.
Oh, okay. So we're going the wrong way then. Yeah. We need So once the Broncos start winning. But here's my other dilemma. We know all about the time value of money. This is something very important in those life. As to a bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush. So can you take that money and put it to work in other ways? That will potentially make you more money. I mean, I could tell you a few things I could do with 20 G's right now. That would probably be better than sitting and waiting on a bet. Thing is,
on the Broncos,
based on what we know about the odds of the two things that are happening, the fact that we're already at 20 G's, that means that original bet had to be pretty fat, which means maybe 20 G's doesn't quite mean as much to Fish as it does to me.
It's true. That's true, Fish.
So that is
lots to consider here.
That is my long answer. Or I don't know, buy a car. You could just do that. So
yeah. I won't get into what I'm hearing about used car markets and how the prices on those have been jacked up.
That's definitely not putting the money to work for you. That's for sure.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Also, cars famously, second you drive them off the lot, they lose a ton of value. So
yeah, everyone knows this.
Fish. Honestly, you might need people with a more economics and money management degrees.
He doesn't want to tell his financial advisor about this parlay. I can tell you that.
The Broncos? Are you crazy?
So yeah, in the end, if you have something good to spend 20 G's on right now, take that shit. If not,
fair. Who's to say?
Who's to say? But I would say week 8 when the Broncos are 6-2.
There you go.
Bang.
That's when you let it ride.
Yes. Let's buy.
Let's buy. Yeah, exactly. Great. I hope to get regular updates on that, Fish, because these are the things that I enjoy is tracking this kind of shit. Avs open at plus 400 to do it all over again. Too early for me to speak on. And I don't know what we'll do in the summer. I don't know what our kick will be, but we'll find something. You might get me back into golf. UFC. The end of that game made me think this feels like having to go the distance on a UFC bout and having to watch it ride out. That's what those last 2, 5, 10, 20 minutes felt like to me.
Dre, I didn't let my mind, and I shouldn't say I didn't let it. My mind did not go there at all until the puck is sliding down the ice with 12 seconds left. That was the first time I was like, oh my God, we're actually going to win. I was incredible. So dialed in just being make that play, get that puck out. Everything, it was just bang. Everything was happening so fast. I remember looking at 15 minutes. Then I looked back at the clock. It was 14 minutes. I looked back at the clock. It was 13:30, and it was oh my God, this is gonna take forever. But then at one point, it went from 10.
It was a
to 5 to 3, and I was oh my God. And again, I was just all right, they're gonna get one. It's fine. Let's just be ready. And then they didn't even get it. They got one chance. And how many times did we say we just need Darcy to make one save? And he did it. He finally did it, and I'm so happy for that guy especially.
Yeah, big time, man.
He was brought here for one reason, Dre. win a Stanley Cup. And he did it. And everything else doesn't even matter a little bit. I don't care how he was scored on. I don't care any of that shit. He was brought here to win the cup. He won the cup. He was good enough. And that's all you ever have to be.
Here. Glorious stuff, man. Glorious stuff. And from the old-timey euphemisms you're already using, maybe you really did peak last night. Maybe it all is downhill from here. So
that's okay. I'm in for that. I mean, if you think about it, you take the chairlift to the peak, but it's all about the ride down. That's, the best part.
Exactly. Absolutely. And Ryan, could you, even if people don't see you on the show tomorrow and the day after, could you quell some spirits and let them know that you will be back, that you were joking about being done with the show forever?
It would have been kind of a good bit for me to say.
I know, it would have been terrible.
I'm done betting and then not be here tomorrow, Wednesday. I think I will be here tomorrow, though.
Okay, good.
Will I bet?
Good.
I don't know. Am I just here to say bullshit and talk shit about John Cooper? Yeah, maybe.
That is the show.
But I think I will be here tomorrow.
All right. He's the Cooper hater.
That's all we got.
It's my wedding anniversary. She's Al Dog. He might be in the doghouse after this. Yaya was back to work, but not with our show. He said, "Bets is way too fucking much. I just got married." And boom. There you go. Those are.
I thought my head was never gonna drop down. I missed those.
I know.
No, I've had like 20 minutes to think if I'm gonna talk myself out of this. I'm totally good.
Good.
We'll see you guys later.
Good.